the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal, it looked like, finally the inevitable had happened. Now the big question is, what does the future hold for Arvind Kejriwal? For someone who rose to prominence as anti-corruption crusader is now embroiled in a corruption case himself. A PIL has also been filed in Delhi High Court seeking to remove Kejriwal as Delhi Chief Minister. Will this propel Kejriwal to become the face of opposition in I.N.D.I.A bloc? Will it elevate his status or diminish his stature as an anti-corruption crusader? Reni, what does the future of Arvind Kejriwal hold? Do you see his stature rising? Do you see his stature as an anti-corruption crusader? Someone, who is an ordinary looking guy wearing normal, pant, bush shirt and, absolute top to bottom middle class person, allergic to trapping of powers. That was the image which was projected. Do you think this will diminish his stature, or do you see that his supporters still see this as a victimization of Arvind Kejriwal and nothing happens to his position? Reni?
Brijesh, let me answer your question through an anecdotal reference, which also answers the previous question that you had raised. I was hoping I would have had a word in there also. Now, to understand the impact of or the whole action now, you have to remember going back to the days when our Prime Minister was a Gujarat Chief Minister, when he was, made to sit in the CBI office for 10 hours at a stretch on occasions, and the Union Home Minister today, Mr. Amit Shah, who was similarly, he was jailed for 3 months. He was externed and, termed Tadipar by the, then ruling dispensation of the Congress at the behest where the CBI was at play. What is important is that thereafter both of them were able to get a clean chit and get themselves exonerated through the process of law and courts of India. Now that when you are able to achieve, it's obvious for you to know now that the same Gujarat Chief Minister went on to become the Prime Minister. So stature is something, that is dependent. When you have cases against you, it is dependent how you come out of the same. It's not by the mere optics about whether you had, there were protests all over Delhi today and other parts of the country in protest against Kejriwal's arrest. So that is one part of it. The second part, you also had asked why is it selectively done against only opposition party men. Another anecdotal reference, in 2019, when the MNS leader Raj Thackeray was summoned by the ED, and there was such a hue and cry. Well, I checked with the ED officers then, and they said, well, a couple of months before this, 2 senior BJP leaders were also summoned by our office, and your media is not talking about it. Now, of those 2 leaders, one leader has gone into a political wilderness of sorts, Mr. Mohit Kamboj, whereas the other leader who went must have been able to explain himself very well, namely Mangal Prabhat Lodha, and today he is a minister in Maharashtra. So the process of how you will attain your stature in the wake of such an incident is how you come through the whole process of law. Now, to answer your question on Arvind Kejriwal, well, he is going to leverage it to the best of his ability, and he's got a very organized ship, a political ship, and the only worry for him is now if his Aam Aadmi party is going to be made an accused in this case. Because, as I informed you earlier, a lot of the monies were received into the party account by the apparent confession and statements of
Reni, I'm sorry I'm interjecting you, because you're running out of time. I need a quick comment from Anil Gupta also. Anil, in like 30 seconds or max 1 minute, how do you see Arvind Kejriwal's stock rising or stocks dipping?
See, the people of Delhi and people of India are happy now that he has been exposed. His name is now established, and I know I.N.D.I.A coalition is now losing the election and BJP will win. They are just trying to make an issue of this. They want to generate the public sympathy, but it is not going to happen. People of citizens of India are very smart. They know who is the culprit and who is the honest.
Dr. Sunny Ahluwalia, do you think that this is going to dent Arvind Kejriwal's stature, a man born out of as anti-corruption crusader, someone who always fought against, and today BJP, I must add, that had a field day of showing the old clips of Arvind Kejriwal where he's saying that, that they should be first arrested and then interrogated. In 2 days, they will tell where the ill-gotten money is. Well, now the shoe is on the other foot. How do you react to that?
Number one and the most important thing is that everybody knows how BJP is working in last 10 years, how they are misusing ED and CBI. So if CBI or ED says that this person is corrupt, nobody is going to believe because everybody knows that BJP is working for Narendra Modi, ED is working for Narendra Modi, CBI is working for Narendra Modi. So telling this, everybody knows that Arvind Kejriwal has worked for people of Delhi, for people of Punjab. Everybody knows that Arvind Kejriwal knows how to make good schools. He was a great big officer, and after resigning from his office, he has come to serve to the people, to the needy, to everybody who needs it. But Bharatiya Janata Party is known for what? Bharatiya Janata Party is known for how they are going to help big companies, how they are going to help big corporates, and they are known for big corruption things. But they are just destroying our image. That has nothing to do with the ground. There is no liquor scam. There is nothing like this. There is no money, nothing out of it. But they are just trying to prove. But people knows everything. And if they have made Arvind Kejriwal 3 times chief minister, they are going to, work for 2024 election as well. This is going to arrest and this is nothing going to go with the popularity of Arvind Kejriwal.
Well, that's Dr. Sunny Ahluwalia, the spokesperson of Aam Aadmi Party. But this is one of the splendid ironies in life and politics, where somebody who is born out of the cradle of anti-corruption and was seen as one of the biggest anti-corruption crusader, taking on the high and mighty, always symbolizing the fight between David and Goliath, is perhaps facing the biggest challenge of his political life. 3 of his closest aides, Satyendra Jain, Manish Sisodia, Sanjay Singh, are behind bars, and last night he was arrested for corruption or being the mastermind, as Enforcement Directorate saying, mastermind of the liquor scam. It'll be fascinating to see how this will play out in the next coming week and also in 2024 general election.